begin with chapter number 6 from your political science book of grade 12, and the name of the chapter is the legislature. And all of us know that as the government is having three organs: the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary. So the legislature formulates, or we can say acts as a law making body or law making organ, and the executive enforces and implements the law of the state. Okay, that means we can say it performs the law implementation function. And the judiciary, which appeals the law to specific cases to settle the disputes. That means we can say the judiciary performs law adjudication function. Okay, as these three organs are there, then the government is running smoothly. So we are going to understand the meaning of legislature. The legislature is that organ of the government which is concerned with the making of laws. It is the agent which has a responsibility to formulate the will of the state and vest it with legal authority and enforce the law. Okay, the term legislature is a generic term meaning a body which legislates. The term leg means law and lature means place. A modern legislature has the power to amend means change, or repeal means also change the laws of the society it represents. It is an integral and inseparable part of every democratic government. What are the functions and roles of the legislature? First and foremost function is law making function. The first and foremost function of legislature is to legislate, that is, make laws. Next, point number 2, deliberate functions of the legislature. Through this function, we can say that the legislature reflects the public opinion over various issues. The legislature makes the executive aware of the aspirations, views, difficulties, or grievances of the people. Okay, whatever the common people needs to address, or we can say what are the solutions of the problems the citizens are facing, it is sorted out in this legislature. So control over executive. A modern legislature has the power to exercise control over the executive. That means whatever the executive is feeling like they will be applying after making the law, it is not found in the today's democracy, in this contemporary democracy. We will find that whatever the executive is doing have to get discussed out in the legislature, and then it will be applied all over the country. A modern legislature has the power to exercise control over the executive. The nature or manner and extent of legislature control over the executive differs from state to state. Nevertheless, it is always there in almost all the systems. Legislature control over the parliamentary executive. In the parliamentary form of government, like the one which is working in India, legislature control over the executive is a fundamental feature. Okay, in the members of the political executives are individually as well as collectively responsible before the legislature. As few members, as we know that the members of the executive, that is the parliamentary executives, are elected by the people. They are forming the government, and these few members are forming, you can say, the cabinet ministers. They are the winning party. They are elected by the people. They are the parliamentary executives. So they can just execute any kind of law? No. First and foremost is whatever they are planning, they have to discuss it and they have to get a sanction from the legislature. Then only they can apply. Like this, in the parliamentary form of government, we will find the legislature is having much more control over the executive. Means of legislative control over presidential executive. In this form of government, we will find that this is working in USA. Okay, though there is separate powers between the legislature and the executive, they are having separate power. The legislature and the executive are not having any joint power. They are elected in a separate manner. The members are also different. But in the parliamentary form of government, we will find the member is first getting elected as the legislator. From there, they are getting selected as the executive. But here, the members of the legislature executive are totally separate. Even the powers of the president is also separate. But whatever the decision is there taken in the executive wing, or you can say by the president, have to get discussed with the legislature, then only it will be applied all over the country. Okay. Yes, this page. No. Yes, this page. Next, point number 5. Constituent functions amendment of the constitution. As we know, if the country is having a rigid kind of a constitution, the members of the legislature, those who are present, in order to amend the constitution, they have to give the majority vote. The process of changing the constitution will be little bit rigid. That is, 3/4 of the members have to be present and vote in favor of the amendment. And wherever we are having a flexible kind of a constitution, the members of the legislature with only, you can say, 51% of the vote, we can change the constitution easily. Next is electoral function. Mostly each legislature performs some electoral functions. The two houses of Indian Parliament elect the vice president, and each member of both the houses form part of the electoral college, which elects the president of India. Okay, the members of Lok Sabha elect Federal Assembly, elects the members of the Federal Council. So we can understand not only in India, even in Switzerland also. Okay, they are having, each member of the legislature somewhere or the else is having the electoral function. That means they are electing the members of Lok Sabha. Okay, the members of Lok Sabha are sitting back and electing the members, or you can say selecting the members, like the vice president, the president is getting selected by them. So it is happening in USA, it is happening in Switzerland, it is happening there also. So judicial functions. It is customary to vest the legislature with some judicial powers. Usually, the legislature is assigned to role of act as an court to impeach. Okay, for impeachment. Impeachment means removing. Okay, the legislature act as the investigation court and trying high public officials on charges. That means high officers, those who are high ranked officers like the president, vice president, the chief justice of the Supreme Court, all those can be impeached by the process which will be held in the legislature only. Bicameral legislature and unicameral legislature. Bicameral legislature means that the parliament is going to have two houses. One will be the upper house and the other will be the lower house. The lower house will be elected directly by the common people. That is the elected house, or you can say the popular house. And the other house will be the upper house, that will be not the elected or directly elected by the common people. Okay, that will be indirectly elected. Next, all the major democratic countries have bicameral legislature. In India, the Lok Sabha, House of People. Okay, they are talking about the lower house right now. Lok Sabha. In USA, the House of Representatives. In UK, the House of Commons. In France, the National Assembly are directly elected lower houses. Okay, these are the you can say these are the respective legislatures. In India, we are also having the Rajya Sabha, the Council of States. In France, the Senate are indirectly elected upper houses of their legislature. In UK, we are having the House of Lords, right, and so on. So here we can say that bicameral legislature means the parliament is having two bodies, or you can say two houses, the upper house and the lower house, or you can say two chambers also, upper chamber and the lower chamber. Okay, most of the big states of the world have bicameral legislature, but unicameral legislature is also there. It's still working, like in China. still now, like in China, New Zealand, Zimbabwe, Turkey, then Portugal, all these places are having unicameral. Unicameral means they are only having one house, they are not having two houses, they are having only one house. Hopefully you understood. Thank you.